All right, guys, welcome to the Credit Game. My name is Mike. I brought a special guest with me today. We're actually out on the boat multiple times a month. I like to take out top performers. Many of you guys probably don't know Mr. Lyle here, but he's our top sales guy at our company. Always hitting goal, always being able to help as many people as humanly possible that he can. And if you guys ever want to know about Lyle, just go to the website, Credit Game, the letter U, that's my company. And at the top, you'll see a review, and he's got the most reviews for customer service, explaining the programs, how it works, and just generally just helping people, to get to their goals. So I want to thank you for being here today. I wanted to bring you on just because I know a lot of you guys, you generally just see me. So I wanted to kind of show you that we have a team. We've got 22 people on our team. And Lyle's been with me for just about a year now, crushing it and just helping a lot of people, man. So we're super excited to have him on board. One of the reasons I wanted to bring you on was because I wanted to get kind of the feedback of what you see when the people are calling in. What do you see the most of? Like, what are people looking for when they call in?
Well, first and foremost, Mike, most people that call the Credit Game are intrigued by the education that we offer, because most people aren't taught the education anywhere except generally from school of hard knocks.
Right.
The education is first and foremost, but typically people are calling in for the new home, the refinancing the home, to get that car, to get a high limit credit card. Really, it's more of a lifestyle search that these people are looking for.
Interesting. Yeah, so if you guys are looking for a lifestyle, see, like you was just saying, the car, the house, the credit cards. Look, it's not about a credit score. I was just having this conversation with me. It's not about an 800 credit score. I'm going to give you some tips here in a minute how to get to 800 really fast. But it's not about the 800 credit score that really is what it's about. It's about, like what he just said, it's the lifestyle that brings. And what most people want is they want to be able to do the things that they can't currently do. And I'm going to tell you something. Being broke and not having your finances in order and having bad credit is certainly not going to get you to the lifestyle that you want to live. You have to first, as an adult, right? Because this is the adult toy. We're not talking about as a kid. As a kid, we get graded by A, B, C, D, E, F. As an adult, we get graded by how our credit score is, right? And that's 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, all the way up to 850. But I say that to tell you it's not the score, it's what the score allows you to do. And that's what we talked about a lot is the freedom. Once you have freedom, you can go and do things that you want to do and get on the boats and the jets and the helicopters and have the high limit credit cards and just live life and stop living life on its terms. And look, if life's hard already, I'd rather have money and good credit. If life's going to be hard, I'd rather have good credit and money than be on the other side of the coin and actually have no money and bad credit and have life being hard to start with. Choice is yours, and we want to help you. And Lyle's been excellent in explaining the program, so you guys know exactly what you're getting into. And I'm telling you something: the amount of people. How many emails and text messages do you get? Like, thank you. Like, just.
Oh, a day, I get at least 15 to 20 a day from my clients.
Just thank you. You changed my life. I was able to do XXX. I was able to. Get the high limit credit cards. We've helped so many people get into Navy Federal, being able to get the car they want. Lyle just got a brand new car, right? Yeah. So bought an $80,000 truck. You can't do that with bad credit, guys. You can't do that without money. So anybody who's telling you have, credit's not important and money's not important, they gave up on themselves. That's because they never had any money. They never had good credit. So they told themselves a story that it's not important. So today I wanted to share a few things with you that I think will help you kind of understand and what the Credit Game's mission is. Our mission is to change the national credit average. My mission is not to change Johnny's credit or Steve's credit. My mission at the Credit Game is to actually take the national credit average up. I got to think big. And so right now it's at 667. I think that we get enough buzz and we help enough people, we're going to be able to actually raise the entire nation's credit up to over 700. That's my goal for 2021. So how did we get to an 800, right? So I've surveyed in my course, I've surveyed 50 people with over an 800 credit score. And I said, what are you guys doing? 50 people, right? The majority of people, and I say this a lot in videos, I just want to make sure it's ingrained in your head. The majority of people have set up their payments on auto pay, right? Because if you knew that 35% of your credit score had to do with your payment history, then you would think, okay, if I miss a payment, that's 35% of my score. If I have a 700, I miss a payment, that's 200 points. You could literally go from 750 to the 500s by having a late payment or 2 late payments on your credit. It's terrible. So if you knew that, set your cards up on auto pay so that way it automatically comes out of your checking account, and you've got the savings account as an overdraft account, just in case you don't have the money in checking, it's going to pull from savings. That's how you want to do it for all your credit cards, your car payment, and your mortgage or rent payment. I mean, this is going to help you out tremendously. Another thing you can do is you got to get added to an authorized user. If you guys don't have history, this is the number one factor where people don't understand that they can't get credit cards, because when you have age on your credit, it shows lenders that you're responsible. And the trick of the trade is to have an authorized user on your account. So maybe you don't have any age, right? But my vendor who's inside my course, that you guys are going to get 75% off trade lines, has been vetted. Their utilization is low. You got aged accounts. And when they add you as an authorized user, that reports to your credit as if it was yours. So what do you think, Lyle? What else could they do that you can think of that would really help somebody get to an 800 fast?
Something that you could do would be to, apply for multiple credit cards at the same time.
There you go.
So
Right.
you only get one inquiry. You're going to add multiple inquiries.
Yeah. So you guys that have a bunch of inquiries, I don't care how many things you have on your credit report. So let's say that you have no negatives, you got 30 positives, but you have 42 inquiries. You're not going to get approved. See, what happens is when you apply too often, you end up getting a flag. It's an internal flag on your credit report that actually says, this person's looking for credit too often. And when that happens, that internal flag automatically triggers a denial. And you're wondering, you're like, I don't have any negatives on my credit report, but why am I getting denied? I've got positive. It's because the amount of inquiries you get. Okay, so every inquiry that you get on your credit report, if you get denied, it takes off 5 points. When you get approved, it takes off 2 points. And so inquiries come off your credit report automatically at month 25, just organically. You don't have to worry about it. Now, if you're like, hey, I want inquiry removal before that because you got 30, 40 inquiries this year, and you're like, but I don't want to wait 2 years for it to come off, then certainly my vendor can help you with that, and we can get the inquiries removed for you. But what he's telling you how to do is you open up multiple browsers, fill out applications, and Amex does this as well. If you apply for American Express, as long as you're over 700 credit score, you can get up to 10 American Express credit cards with one inquiry, as long as you do it within a 30-minute period. Same thing with other accounts. Let's say you want a Citibank, a Chase, and a Barclays. Open up 3 browsers, 3 different Chrome, Edge, and maybe Explorer. Fill out the application all the way to the end. Don't hit submit. Fill out the application all the way to the end. Don't hit submit. And then all 3 of them at the same time. Bing, bang, boom. 1 inquiry, 3 accounts. Tricks the system. So another thing you guys can do is make multiple accounts per day, right? Make multiple accounts per day. So one of the things what we want you to do in doing this is, thank you. One of the things that we want you to do here when we say multiple accounts is multiple payments. So if you have a credit card, you can make 2 payments per month, then literally your second payment goes to principal only. It's not going to interest. This is going to help you out tremendously. One of the other things too was really cool is, and Lyle was just asking about this as well, was tell me a little bit about rent reporters. How this is going to help you guys.
Rent reporters is huge. It's actually a service that actually reports to all the bureaus of your rental history, which is going to help create age on your credit profile. So if you don't have that mortgage or have the history there, that's a great way to be able to boost and solidify history within your credit profile.
Bingo. So you guys that have a thin file or don't have a lot of age, rentreporters.com, or you can go to experienboost.com, and that'll put you up about 7 to 13 points as well. It's just awesome, right? Because look, what they're trying to do with this new Biden thing, where moving everything over to the CFPB from the bureaus, is actually going to include your rental history, your utilities, and your phone bill every month, including included inside of your credit report. Now, as of now, the credit bureaus are not including that stuff, right? So what Biden's trying to do is say, hey, look, we want it in one central place. And that's why I've been telling you guys so many times. I can't beat it into your head enough to make sure you get your credit done today, because if you wait and you have bad credit with the bureaus, and then They decide to make the change, which we're getting more and more information about how quick this is going to come, and they move everything over to a nonprofit CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Guess what's going to happen, guys? Your bad credit is now going over to the CFPB, and guess what? Good luck trying to get the removals off of that once they move into a brand new system. Look, I know how to play the credit game with the bureaus, but the CFPB game is a little bit different, okay? So don't rely on Mike to go, okay, cool, well, yeah, yeah, sure, I may figure it out. But you don't want to have bad credit now and then Biden say, okay, cool, we're moving everything over to a centralized nonprofit company. And guess what? You're stuck with bad credit. Because I'm telling you what's going to happen is you're going to be literally in a bad position if you wait. You must get good credit first with the bureaus. Then you get moved over. You're actually going to be rewarded more because of the fact that some of the other things that are going to be included, like I just mentioned, your phone bill, your electric bill, your rental history, is actually going to be included in your credit score once it's moved over. But don't move over with bad credit. And we don't know when it's going to happen. It could be tomorrow. It could be a year. Don't wait. Most of the people in America always procrastinate. They wait, and this is what happens. You wait till a crisis happens, and you're like, okay, cool, now I want to fix my credit. It's stupid, you know? And so this is why we want to come to you every day. Every day I'm trying to beat it in your head to get your credit fixed so you can change your life, man, and change your family's life, right? It's not just about you. Don't be selfish. You got a family. It's your duty, responsibility, and obligation as a human being to say, you know what? Look, maybe you got kids. Maybe you were raised by your grandma. Maybe your parents raised you and you want to give back to them. Maybe it's, you know, like I said, your kids got to look up to you, right? How do you have a 500, 600 credit score and you got kids that have to look up to you? And you got, you know, it's sad that people just live life and just go through life without caring about, you know, like anything, right? So I'm a cash person. Anybody that tells you they're a cash person just gave up on themselves. And they're being selfish because you can't help anybody. You can barely help yourself. How are you going to help anybody? How do you help your church? How do you go to, you know, how do you give back to your community? How do you go to a charity event and invest and actually help out? If you can't invest because you can't even help you, how are you going to help other people? So, you know, getting good credit and getting your finances in order is what I help you with. This is the things I help you with every single day. And so I want you to be successful. Stop closing your old accounts, guys. So many people are like, they got old accounts. This is a huge mistake for people that want to get to an 800. If you got old accounts that you're not using, do not close the account. You close the account, you're losing the entire age on the account, and your score is going to plummet. Here's another thing. Just because you're going through elite credit repair with us does not mean you stop paying your bills. This is a huge thing that we're hearing a lot of people doing, right? They come through us, they go to the vendor removes 7 or 8 things immediately out of like 10, but then they added 5 back on because they stopped paying. They think, oh, okay, cool, yeah, everything's just gonna be fine. We're just gonna, you know, we're just gonna be fine. We're just not gonna pay our bills. Stop. You still gotta pay your bills so that way you have that payment history. Remember I shared with you yesterday, there's minor derogatories and major. Minor derogatories, a 30-day or 60-day late, that's it. Major derogatories are your bankruptcies, 90-day late collections and charge-offs. So where do you fall today? Where are you at today? What are some things that I can help you with today to get you over that fence to go, you know what, Mike? You know what, Lyle? You're right. This guy's got 15 in the last week, 5-star reviews of people that came through him. He explained the program. He was like, look, you know, here's how it works. The conversation was easy. The people were like, I'm excited. Then he's got people from last month that are literally starting to get removals already. And they're like, dude, like, you changed my life. Right? So it's just crazy, you know, and stop applying for it too often. Don't get that many. I'm telling you, the inquiry game is one secret that I can share with you right now. That'll be a game changer for you. Stop. If you apply too often, you get too many inquiries, the internal flag comes in, and I don't care how great your credit is. If you got that many inquiries, you're not going to get approved. That's the way the credit cards and the loans are set up. They're thinking, and it's asked backwards. I get it, because they think, okay, well, if I search for credit, I should have a lot of credit card accounts. They're telling you should have a lot of credit card accounts, but then at the same time, they're saying don't apply too often, right? So one account every 120 days is what you guys want to do. One credit card or one loan every 120 days, and you will be safe under the code and make sure that you can apply for things as you. So if you apply for 15 things in a month, dumb, right? You're just going to start getting denied after a certain level. One every 4 months or 128 days, you will be fine whether you're getting a loan, car, house, credit card, whatever that is. Whatever that every 4 months you want to do, just keep it at one every 4 months and you'll be fine. So, you know, I think that, you know, this video is helpful because a lot of people just don't, you know, a lot of people, oh, here's another thing that'll help you. If you got revolving right now, let's say you got, you know, a couple credit cards, but you don't have a installment, you need to get a mixture, right? This is 10% of your credit score. So let's say that you have a couple credit cards, but you don't have a car or house. Then you want to get one of those two things, or a loan. Loan, car, and house are what we call installment on your credit. Revolving are credit cards, generally, or a line of credit. Okay, that means the payment moves up and down depending on how much you use. Right, that's why a credit card payment is never the same every month. An installment is what they call a fixed payment. So your loan for your, whether you take out a loan for $5K, small loan, whether you get a car, whether you get a house, that payment every month is exactly the same. If you got revolving, get installment. If you got a loan and a car, but you don't have any credit cards, get a credit card. That's going to help you out, and that's going to make your mixture really, and that's going to bring up your credit score 10% right there. So, you know, you're talking about, you know, if you're at a 600, you're going to get 60 points just by adding a credit card or just by adding a loan. And so one of the things I want to share with you before we close up today is the most important thing is the 3 factors that are included in what makes up an 800 credit score. Payment history is number 1, 35% of your score. If you don't miss payments, like, you're so good, right? Because that takes away the opportunity of actually getting a collection or a charge off. You got no late payments, you can't get to a collection, right? Because it goes 30, 60, 90, 120, and then collection, and then charge off. So if you don't get, and you can stop it before it gets all that, and you can actually just negate it in the beginning by not getting late payments because you set up your payments on auto, or you just were responsible to make your payments, right? And look, here's another trick. If you can't make your payment, let's say for whatever reason, you're like, look, I can't make my payment. If you call the bank before the due date and you say, hey, look, I'm going through a hard time right now, I just can't make my payment right this second, they will actually move it out for you. A lot of people have no idea of that. How about this one? Add credit limit to your credit cards. Most people had credit cards for so long, they've never asked for an increase. All you gotta do after 90 days, just call the bank and say, hey, I wanna get a credit line increase. I've been making my payments on time. This is just a little simple thing right here that's going to increase your availability as well as decrease your utilization, because every time you add new credit, right, you went from 3,000, now they give you 7. Say, look, I'm looking to update my kitchen. I want to get new granite. I want to get, you know, whatever in my kitchen, and I need a couple thousand. Okay, cool. Where are you trying to go, Mr. Jones? I'm trying to go to 7,000. I'm at 3. Perfect. As long as you've been making payments on time and your credit's decent, they're going to give you the line increase. So I want to give you tips, tricks, and strategies, things you can do immediately. But if you're watching this video right now and you're like, look, I don't have any authorized users on my credit. I don't have any, you know, I've got collections, I've got charge-offs, I got late payments. Mike, I need help. We want to help you, okay? That's what we're here for. We're here to help you get, with our vendor, any education you need. No school has ever taught credit. No family. I didn't have a mentor. I don't know if you did or not. Did you have I didn't have parents that could help me, right? So I had to learn the hard way, just like most of you guys. They had to learn the hard way. I was at 515. Today I'm at 829, right? So I built the credit game for me. I didn't build it for you guys. I built the credit game for me. You just happen to be listening to this video right now and learning about it. So get in the game, get your credit fixed. Remember, it's your duty and responsibility as a human being to be in the best version of you could be. Last thing I want, knock on wood, is you dying and everybody forgets about you in a week. You want to be that person that people forget about? Oh, he's a nice guy. Forgot about you. Or do you want to be the kind of person that leaves a legacy? They can't fit another damn body in the church because you left a legacy for you and your family. Who do you want to be? Right? We're here for a short period of time. So why don't you be the best version of you can be and live the lifestyle, the boats, the cars, you know what I mean, have the high limit credit cards, being able to go to vacation, take your family out and be able to do things that you want to do. We want to help you do that. We've been able to help hundreds of thousands of people literally this year alone. And you're no different. The only difference is they actually made the call and said, you know what, Mike, I'm ready to change my life for me and my family. Is that going to be you? Or are you just going to keep going to buy, do what you, remember the definition of insanity is just keep doing what you're doing. If you got bad credit and you want to keep it, just don't call. If you want good credit, you're like, hey, I'm ready to change my life because I saw all your 5-star reviews. It's crazy the amount of 5-star reviews we have, people that change their life. The only difference is they called and they changed their life. So we want to help you for that reason. On the boat ride here, I was able to contact the vendor, and Merry Christmas late to you guys. I know I didn't get you a gift on Christmas, but I'm going to give it to you now. And that is this. I am opening up a Lambo program right now for the person who says, you know what, I'm ready to change my life. You know anything about that Lambo program?
Game changer.
Oh my God. 45-day results, guys. 45-day results. You're going to get 75% off of trade lines. You're going to get the entire education course. We're going to teach you how to build your business credit, personal credit. It is a game changer. I'm actually getting on the phone with you for a few minutes to say what's up and thank you for being a member and taking the risk to say, you know what, guess what? It's only money, dude. You'll make more. But guess what? You know how much more you're going to make when you have good credit? Stop looking at it like a cost and look at it like an investment. Remember, a cost is going out and investment comes back to you. Look at this like an investment to go, you know what is this going to bring me in the future? And I'm going to tell you something. When you have an 829 credit score, you're going to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. My job is to get you there. Lyle's going to get you on the phone. So call in, say what's up, and say, you know what? I'm ready to change my life, because a Lambo right here that I'm opening up right now, we get about one every maybe 2 to 3 weeks where we can open it up. And I was able to convince the vendor to say, you know what? Let's open one up. They keep it small, man. They don't open this up to everybody. And the reason for it is because small group of people, exclusive for people that are ready to change their life. This is not for everybody. It's for people that are serious about their credit and their finances. And I want to help you on both of those. So first person that calls in gets it. And we're here to help you. 904-420-7772. Hey, guess what? You might even get Lyle. Call in now. 904-420-7772. Love you. Thumbs up, share, like, let's roll.